I've done pole for at least 8 years, more or less, since about 2012, and it's 2020, so about 8 years now. And I have had very few injuries during that time. The usual pole kisses where you bruise your leg, I get those. I'll sometimes be sore just from working my muscles so hard, but I've only had like one incident where I really hurt myself and was like shocked about it. So I'll tell you about that today. Hello, I'm Latia. Welcome to my channel. I hope you enjoy yourself. Please like, share, or subscribe. Now, when it comes to doing pole, there's a variety of tricks involved, and I like the ones that are like flipping and inverting against the pole. They're usually pretty safe, and you always have like the ability to have a teacher spot you. So that means like they're holding your body, they're there for like support to make sure you're safe while you're doing these tricks. So for myself, I do a lot of pole classes, but I don't do it on like a daily basis for a period of a year at a time. So I haven't gotten into like the wild flying tricks where you're like leaping off the pole or doing anything that's like too crazy. So I'm still like I can do advanced tricks like a shoulder mount, and I can do different tricks that are like pretty close to the pole overall. Like there's nothing where I'm like letting go of the pole and doing a cartwheel going down or anything like that. So I tend to be on the safer side with my tricks, and I can do some that are like, they might seem like they're kind of dangerous. Like there's a layout that you can do where if this is the pole, then you're coming down this way and like sitting, and I can like lay back and I can flip down from there if I wanted. I can do like pencil, which is like the reverse of that, where you like bend over, grab the pole behind your back, and then like flip upwards. And those aren't like, they can be like, if you were to fall out of them, they could be painful, but you're really pretty close to the ground for some of these. Or I'm tall enough that I can like usually catch myself on the ground before I hit my head or anything crazy happens. Now, I was trying a new pole class, and there was this trick, and I didn't understand how the trick worked, but I knew the teacher was there. So it started off by like sitting on the pole and then somehow falling backwards and catching yourself with your legs. So you're like sitting like this and you fall back, and somehow you like magically and you like catch yourself in this weird position. I still don't understand what it was, and that should have been a warning, like a red flag. Don't do this, girl. You're out of your league. You don't know what's going on. But for me, I was like, looks like fun. Like, let's do it. Like, sure, whatever. And so I'm sitting on the pole, and like the teacher, like one person tries it and I think she does it, and I'm like, okay, that doesn't look too bad. You just like fall and catch yourself. So I get up to do it and I don't think the teacher can't get too close because it's kind of like a quick dynamic movement. So it's like a fall back and catch yourself. But when you catch yourself, you have to like swing your legs around somehow. And when I went to do it, I just fall back, and like I didn't do the leg thing. So I'm like in the air, I fall back, my legs don't catch the pole like they're supposed to. So they're supposed to do some kind of like catch thingy. They don't do that. So I end up flipping, somehow grabbing the pole, because like I think that was part of the trick. You're supposed to grab the pole. So I grab it from behind my back, but my legs come down instead of being stuck on the pole. They come down. And so I might have kicked myself in the head a little bit, but I like end up like hitting my shoulder, like holding on with one arm, flipping, hitting myself in the shoulder. And it's just like, it's just a mess. And like the teacher didn't catch me, but I was able to fall to the ground. I just got injured along the way. So after it, everyone's just kind of like, what just happened? And I was in shock too, but I was just like, well, I did that wrong. So I'm like, my shoulder hurts, and it's like, oh, do you want to keep do you want to try again? And I was like, nah, I'm good. Let me like shake off this shoulder injury that I just gave myself playing around with this trick that I didn't fully understand. So that was like the worst pole injury that I have had in my entire pole time. Like it was like crazy because like I'm still just like, I just fell. I fell, and I was getting ready for a pole competition, so I was trying to take different classes to create a routine, which I didn't do. I basically just went on stage and just was winging it. But that's another story, which I guess I have time for. So I was preparing for a pole competition in Los Angeles, and so that's why I was taking different classes. I tried a new studio out. They had taller poles, which was really cool because you can climb up higher, and it works for me because I do like the acrobatic kind of stance of pole. So I had space to dance around and like move my arms and legs. Like I'm not the tallest person in the world by any stretch of the imagination. I'm about 5'8" if you round up. And that's long enough that like if I'm in a studio that has like normal ceiling heights, it's not as fun climbing up the pole because like it's like 3 climbs and it's like, okay, I'm at the top. 1, 2, we're at the top. So it's nice to be able to go to a place where I actually have to work a little bit to climb to the top of the pole and I can get warmed up and loose. I did compete in pole one time. I have video of it. Maybe I'll post it one of these days so people can see. I actually bought video and pictures from that competition, and I haven't actually ordered them or selected which ones I would keep. So that's the thing that's on my to-do list. But even though I fell and hurt myself, I keep going with the pole. It's so much fun. And even though it is also dangerous, which for some reason getting hurt and danger never really registered for me when it came to pole, I feel like that showed me that, oh yeah, this is kind of a dangerous activity. Like this is a sport. This is something that can be athletic. People can get hurt doing it. I've heard of someone being a dancer, and she fell off of a pole that was like really tall. And there are tricks that make you do that, where not make you fall, but there's a way where you climb up the pole and sometimes you curl up into a ball and you like let go and then you grab on again and you can like drop to the ground. That's a fun trick to do, at least when you feel comfortable and safe to do it. And I just love pole. It's just so much fun to do and be a part of. And I'm so glad I chose it as like an activity to do. And even though I guess like I'm really grateful I don't have a lot of those stories because I could have gotten hurt doing different things that I've done. And I know that because I'm strong enough to hold up my body, I've been able to like be stuck in weird positions trying to figure out like, am I supposed to be like this or like this? And they're like, you did that wrong. Like we were doing a trick where there's this move, like it's like a pretzel where you wrap yourself around the pole, and we were doing it upside down. And somehow, instead of wrapping myself around the pole upside down, I was holding myself up by 2 parts of the pole. I had like 2 arms on the pole and my legs were off. So I'm just holding myself up like here and here, and I'm just leaning on the pole like my 2 arms are here and my body's twisted and my legs are just like flailing in the air. And I'm like, is it this? And they're like, no, but that's actually a really hard trick to do that you're doing. You're pulling off something really cool. And I'm like glad I didn't fall and get hurt during that. But it's just, I don't know, pole is an adventure and I love it when I get to take the classes, and I can't wait for feeling safe enough to take more or buying one of my own. So if you've watched this far, thanks for watching me rant about my passion for the pole and how much I love to dance on it. It's just a good outlet and something creative where I can always have an opportunity to push myself and discover new tricks. So if you're considering doing pole, I hope you try it out when you get a chance and it's safe, If you do poll, I hope that you love it as much as I do, because it's so much fun, and that you share it with people that you know. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'll see you next time.